All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what makes a creative project a success by doing an autopsy on a spectacular failure. It's a wild story about a huge bet, a shocking loss, and what it really takes to make a hit.
So this is the big mystery we're unpacking today. And we're not talking about a small mistake here. This is a financial black hole. $63 million. Just gone. How on earth does something like that happen? Well, it all starts with a very, very big number.
Just look at that figure. $90 million. That is the kind of money you spend when you are absolutely sure you have a blockbuster on your hands. It's a massive vote of confidence, a huge investment in creating something that's supposed to be incredible. And this is what they got back. A little over 27 million. Not from one country, from the entire world. That's not just a flop, my friends, that's a full-blown catastrophe. You don't need a calculator to see just how painful that loss is. So what was this movie anyway? The film was a crime thriller called Caminos do Crime. Now this is a genre that usually has a built-in audience, right? You expect tension, you expect action, and you expect suspense. But the puzzle just gets deeper when you see who they got to star in it. I mean, come on, look at this lineup. Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry. These are household names. These are actors who can typically sell a movie all by themselves. And yet, crickets. The audience just didn't show up. And you can't say it was for lack of trying. The production details show they were really going for authenticity. I mean, they have all the gear, forensic tents, actual CSI kits, specialized lighting. They clearly spent that $90 million budget trying to build a believable world. Which leads us to the $90 million question. You have an A-list cast, a massive budget, a popular genre, all the ingredients for success were seemingly in the bowl. So what went so wrong? To figure that out, we have to perform an autopsy. And that starts with understanding how a product like this is even judged in the first place. So first question, was the movie just bad? To answer that, we really need to look at it through a professional critic's lens. And as you're about to see, their analysis is way more structured than you might think. To understand how critics think, we have to speak their language. Take a word like cinematography. Now, that's not just about pointing a camera and hitting record. It's the art of visual storytelling. Every choice about the lighting, the lenses, the filters, it's all meant to make you feel something. This is the level of detail they're looking at. And here you can see that structure in action. You know, a professional review isn't just some random thumbs up or thumbs down. It's a systematic breakdown. They go from a basic summary to a really deep analysis of the plot, the characters, and all those technical elements. And the final judgment, it all comes down to whether or not the film actually achieved what it set out to do. And what they don't do is just as important. You're not going to see vague praise like great acting. That means nothing without some evidence to back it up. A real critique is objective. It argues a case based on the work itself, not just on personal taste. So even if Caminos do Crime passed this quality test, a good product, as we'll see, is often not enough. All right, so let's just pretend for a second that our film was a critical masterpiece. That's great, but so what? How would people find it? More importantly, how would they remember it? This is where Brandon comes into play. Think about Stephen King for a second. We don't just know his name, we know his brand, the king of horror. That's not just some cute nickname. It's a powerful promise to you, the reader. It tells you exactly what kind of experience you are about to get. And you can see the difference so clearly here. A name is just a label. A brand is an identity. Calling George R.R. Martin the American Tolkien instantly tells you he's in the world of epic fantasy. It's this kind of branding that helps a creator cut through all the noise. But there's still one more piece to this puzzle. Okay, so you have a quality product and a strong brand. How do you actually convince an audience to take a chance on you? Well, you need something called credibility. And that's basically just third-party validation. It's somebody else saying, yep, this is worth your time. So how do you get that stamp of approval? In this crazy, crowded creative world, there are really two main paths to building that kind of trust with an audience. The first path, you can actually buy it, sort of. Services like Kirkus or Indie Reader offer professional paid reviews. Now, you're not paying for a good review, you're paying for access to a respected platform. A good quote from a trusted source like this can give a new project that initial seal of approval it desperately needs to be taken seriously. The second path, though, is to win it. And this kind is priceless. Awards like the Pulitzer or the Booker Prize give you a level of credibility that money just can't buy. You have to earn it. And winning an award like this doesn't just sell a few more copies, it cements a creator's reputation and pretty much guarantees media attention for years.
So let's put all the pieces together. When we look back at our $90 million flop, we can start to see that just having big stars and a big budget wasn't nearly enough. Success isn't some magic trick. It's an entire ecosystem, a machine. And this chart really visualizes that whole ecosystem. The quality of the product itself? Yeah, it's crucial. That's about a third of the equation. But look at branding and marketing. That's actually a bigger piece of the pie. And the credibility you get from reviews and awards makes up another huge chunk. For our film, Caminos do Crime, one of these parts of the machine must have been completely broken. So here's the most important thing to take away from all this. We all love that myth of the genius artist who's suddenly discovered, right? But the reality is that most hits are, well, they're manufactured. They are the result of a great product that gets amplified by a smart brand and validated by a powerful credibility engine.
Which leaves me with one last question for you. We're so used to thinking that hit automatically means good. But now you've seen the machinery working behind the scenes, so the next time you see a bestseller or a blockbuster, maybe you'll ask the more interesting question. Was it just a great story, or was it part of a brilliant success machine?